want to bring in somebody very special, near and dear to us here, a part of the show. We welcome in Emilian White because he is back from the hospital surviving COVID-19. Emilian, welcome in. How
Hey,
are
thank
you?
you for having me. I'm a lot better, not 100% yet, but hey Jerome, hey Lauren, thank you for having me on the show to give my little testimony about this dreaded virus. It's just crazy, man.
For you guys who don't know, Emilian White is one of our lead salespeople on Houston Sports Show. When I say lead, we only have like one, but Emilian's our guy. He works with the show, and I joked with him a couple of weeks ago that it would really help the show's rating if he was going to go ahead, catch the coronavirus and kick the bucket. You do know I was joking, right? I didn't mean for you to actually come down with this thing, right?
I didn't want to, man. Trust me. Trust me. This thing is horrendous, man. It's sneaky, it's tricky, and it's horrific.
So tell us a little bit about, you were in the hospital for 9 days. Tell us what the experience was like.
Horrible. You're in solitary confinement, and only thing that you see is people coming in hazmat suits, in and out, taking your blood, taking your temperature, or taking your oxygen levels, poking you, getting blood. And what happens is you don't get to see or be with anybody because they're in and out. They're trying to protect themselves because the virus is very communicable. And so, they're totally covered. The only thing I see is the whites of their eyes. And so it's a lonely experience for 9 days.
I was going to ask you, going through all of this, I know is so painful and you're so happy to be back home, but how do you know when you got coronavirus? Everybody has different symptoms, and you were telling me a little bit before we got started how yours was a little unique within itself. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I thought my symptoms was, a lot of allergies from more on the line because I was getting the sniffles and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden I started getting chills and hot flashes. Then, one night, and she touched my back. She said, "You're hot as hell." I said, "Oh, I am." So she took my temperature, and it was a high fever. And so that night I sweated like crazy. The whole bed was so. So the next night I quarantined myself. And I wasn't. She noticed I wasn't on myself, so she start making phone calls to the clinic, UMMC, over on Tidwell, with a friend of mine, Preston Middleton, and he said, "Bring him over here ASAP because that's the first stage or phase of the virus." And thank God I did, because I was like going downhill.
Hey, thanks a lot, Emilian. We definitely appreciate it. And we do look forward to the day that we can be all back together again. But here at Houston Sports Show, we're doing the wise thing and staying separated. That's what everyone should do. Excellent advice from you. And once again, we're glad that you're healthy and getting healthier. And we expect you to be 100% back on your feet real soon. Thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you
so much.
Emilian.
God bless.